So today's video is going to be a very difficult one, to say the least. I've already made one off of this topic that I uploaded to the channel as a little short form video, but it's such a complex issue, a multi-layered issue, that I think that it needed a long form video to really dive into everything, which is why I am talking about it here today. So today I want to talk about Saber Spark. For those who are unaware, Saber Spark is an animation YouTuber who originally got his start in the early 2010s making brony content and only brony content before eventually switching to animation in general towards the mid 2010s. He first started to get major notoriety through a series he created called What's Ruining slash What Ruined, where he looks at various different animation studios, franchises, and individual creators and realize where their downfall went and how they can improve. The first one of these videos to really pop off was What's Ruining Nickelodeon, which, to be honest, is probably where most of you first heard of Saberspark. It was certainly when I first heard of him. Since then, he's managed to make tons of different animation videos focusing around mainly very schlocky types of animated films and television shows. You know, stuff like mockbusters, religious cartoons, sexually explicit cartoons, more recently AI generated tunes, and for some reason furries. And over the last few years, he has become one of the more popular animation review channels on the entirety of YouTube, gaining a grand total of over 2 million subscribers. Now that we all have a general idea on who exactly Saberspark is, let's talk about the controversy. Back in early May, a Twitter account by the name of Brony Fandom posted a very intense post detailing a bunch of sexual misconduct that Saber had done with a certain person back in the early 2010s, with the expose saying that it will be further discussed in a feature-length video made by the YouTuber I love Kim Possible a lot, but for the sake of this video, we will be calling her KP. I'm taking this stupid hat off for real this time. KP released a video titled What's Ruining Saberspark. However, this video was met with almost immediate backlash from the community. For starters, the video wasn't even entirely about Saberspark. Remember how I said that the video was titled What's Ruining Saberspark? You should have, because I literally just said it. The video was actually titled What's Ruining Saberspark and DA Games, because the video was an expose into both creators. The Saber Spark was merely a last-minute addition to the piece, and in particular, this titular controversy was really only addressed for a few minutes in this nearly 2.5 hour long video. And what's even worse is that KP didn't even take the material she was discussing seriously and continued to use her cartoon avatar throughout the entirety of it and making stupid little meme jokes. If you are discussing something that is as serious as one of your peers committing sexual assault, something that could land a man in prison, You should not be sitting here making friggin' Drake and Josh memes at his expense. This is a real serious issue. Like, people actually were harmed during all of this. What you're doing is making light of everything. And keep in mind, all of these were just allegations against Saberspark. None of this was confirmed in the video itself, but regardless, it was still a very shameful way to address the controversy. And so, in about less than a day, KP removed her video. Since then, everyone has basically remained silent on the issue. At least publicly, behind the scenes, things were still very shoddy, but we'll get to that a little bit later. The point is, the next big piece in the story came on May 12th when Saberspark uploaded a response to his channel, simply titled, "My Response." In the video, he denied the allegations and primarily focused on how this entire thing was a facade. This was a smear campaign constructed by KP, and he applied significant evidence that backed up his claim, even linking the evidence in the description of the video and showcasing a lot of it throughout the entirety of the video. Off the bat, I can just say that this response was significantly well handled, especially compared to KP, because I don't think Saber committed a single joke throughout the entire video. He was on camera through all of it. His cartoon avatar was not there, and he took the allegations and the material seriously. And why wouldn't he take it seriously? I mean, this is a serious issue. These allegations could land him in jail. Basically, what he did was deny them. He denied that he did any of that, and he said on how much it's been affecting his crew and his family, on how these lies have been said for what's essentially a smear campaign. And while the video definitely did a good job at having Saberspark look like the good guy in the scenario, and talking about it right now, it might sound like that he will be okay in the matter, and it ultimately also made KP furthermore look like the bad guy, because she openly admitted that she did not have any evidence. She confirmed this in a DM that was shared with Animat, which Animat would later share those messages on his Twitch channel and later on his social media channels. However, there was still one thing that was almost completely ignored in the video, that is like the final piece to this puzzle that needs to be addressed. Did Saberspark actually do it? Because keep in mind, the only thing that he really addressed when it came to the allegations in the video itself was that they were false. He didn't really supply any evidence to prove that point. He did supply a ton of evidence for all of his other points, but not the actual allegations themselves. And again, we don't even know who the victim was, because in the original thread, they were anonymous. So there's still a piece of the puzzle that's missing. We still need to know what exactly is going on with the story of Saberspark. And the crazy thing is, we are actually going to be getting our answer relatively soon by, of all people, the mysterious Mr. Enter. Yeah, you guys remember Mr. Enter, the cartoon reviewer that got in trouble a few years ago for making a bunch of anti-mask videos and publicly shaming his audience, and the guy who got in even more trouble a couple years ago when he said that Turning Red should have had more 9/11 in it? Well, apparently he's been having a redemption arc the last year because not only did he make a video acknowledging all of his past mistakes through his worst Mr. Enter videos video, where he admit that literally all of the things that I just listed were terrible and he shouldn't have done that. He has also been doing a thorough investigation in the Saberspark situation, which, yeah, Mr. Enter was the last person I was expecting to supply this amount of evidence that could possibly be the answer. As of this recording, the video has not been posted yet, so we still have an unfinished story. We don't know if Saberspark has done it or not. The evidence is certainly more in his favor than it was, but we don't have all the evidence. We need closure. And maybe Jonathan Enter can be the one to supply it. And now that I've delivered the facts, I might as well give my own thoughts on the story itself. And I think you guys are probably wondering, well, who do I agree with? Am I on the side of, is Saber Spark innocent or is Saber Spark guilty? I don't know. That's the whole point of this section of the video. We do not know for 100% clarity if Saber Spark is innocent. And I feel like that's the important matter. Because we don't know if this is true or not, we don't know if real people were actually affected or not. Because at the end of the day, it's not a matter if, oh, one of my favorite YouTubers has been accused of these horrible crimes or whatever. It's the fact that real people have gotten hurt. Or real people could have gotten hurt. But the thing is, we still don't know. But regardless on if Saberspark did this or not, the fact that over on Twitter people were legit cheering for his downfall and making memes at it, all that really does is just diminish the actual victims, who again, we don't even know are real. So if Saberspark is guilty, then you're celebrating an innocent man being accused of being a rapist. But if he's guilty, then you're you're celebrating the downfall of a man while his victims are still suffering. And I will admit that a lot of this does come from the already pre-existing Saberspark hate, which has been popping up a lot lately because, some could say that his recent videos have been a little cringy, especially with the thumbnails. But honestly, my opinion on Saberspark's videos don't really matter here. What matters is the facts. And right now, the facts are in Saberspark's favor, but we are not done yet. And with that said, I think I'll end the video here. Let me know what you all think of this entire mess that is the Saberspark situation. And hopefully the Mr. Anner video was out by the time I'm finished with this video. And if any of you guys watching this video have any additional information on the Saber Spark situation, then please feel free to contact me on social media or even leave a reply in the comments below. Thank you for watching.